What's up, guys? Hey, this is yours truly, Empress Chassie Warmington, aka All That Chas, aka Lupus Slayer. I see my vanilla wafers back here for my rabbit. Yes, my rabbit like vanilla wafers. He loves bananas and peanut butter and stuff. But anywho, thank you guys for watching, for supporting me. I'm getting ready to talk about Miss T.T. Branch. I'm going to honor her legacy. T.T. Branch is the co-founder, of Miss Jessie's hair product line, and her sister Miko Branch is, founder. And the reason I want to honor her today is because her story reminds me of so many situations where a lot of women we find ourselves in, where we are giving our all and we're loving unconditionally, we loving wholeheartedly, and we're being completely loyal and faithful and committed and devoted. But the problem is it's to the wrong person. It's to the wrong guy. He's not able to, it's not that he's not able to, he's not willing to appreciate it. He's not willing to treat you right. He's not willing to love you right. Instead, he just sees you as an opportunity. You got a lot of predators, and I call predators opportunistic people, because predators are not just sexual predators. You got people who are predators for money. They're predatory when it comes to success. They're predatory when it comes to businesses. So what they see, when they see that you have this foundation and they see that you have this establishment, you have this business, you have these connections or what have you, they would try to get into your good corner. They would try to befriend you. They would try to appear as if they're genuine and they have your best interest at heart. And they would do whatever it takes. And I want to be honest about this. And I know this is kind of taking it off the topic, but just the principle of it is still the same. The synopsis is still the same. For instance, and I'm just going to say this hypothetically, but also realistically based on what I have seen myself. Hey, Wayne. Thanks for watching. How are you and your family? How you guys doing in this fake pandemic quarantine, which, in here. But I used to be married to an African guy, a Nigerian man. And I'm going to tell you something. This isn't something that somebody has told me or somebody that I heard through the grapevine. This is things that I've seen for myself, where I've seen a lot of, not just Nigerian men, but even American men. So let me not single that out. So, but what I will say is from my own experience, from what I've seen and witnessed myself, not just Nigerians, but Hispanic men, melanin men, American, as they call it, African American men, Caribbean men. I have seen them use females, use women on so many levels for whatever reason or purpose, and have completely no regards to it. And the reason why I specifically stated Nigerian, because of the patience that I have seen them have, and to keep up this aura and to keep up this pretentiousness of being committed and devoted. And then once they get established, they on the first plane and jet up out of there. We have seen that happen a lot. I've seen where Nigerian men have a total whole family in certain parts of Africa, married, 1, 2, 3 wives, multiple children, but will be over here in the States and married to an American woman. Sometimes they'll be married to more than one American woman. Hey, Cassandra. How are you, Empress? I love your radio shows, your Facebook Live shows. Oh my gosh. I'd be so upset when I be sleep because I'm on this crazy backwards sleep schedule. So a lot of times I will be sleeping, then I wake up and then I see that you don't went live, and I missed it. I'd be so mad. I'd be like, dang, I can't. Oh. But I'm trying to get myself on a good sleep pattern. But every time I do that, my body reverts back, and I can't help it. So, but I really do love your shows. They are so entertaining. You be having some very interesting and phenomenal people on there. I be learning so much information, and so I really appreciate you for doing that because that is so needed right now, especially during this quarantine. So I appreciate that. Love you so much, sis. I can't wait till I get to LA to come see you. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make that happen. Hopefully on my birthday in August 28th. I want to be there so I can party with you. but but anyway, I say to that because this is stuff that I've seen. I see them have other families in different regions of the world, different countries, different nations, and they would stay in that marriage so that they can accomplish whatever it is that they want to accomplish or whatever they need from that person. Once they get it, they haul ass. And the thing about it is they can leave and easily change their names and identities real quick because they can take up other people's names and identities. Okay, Sundays and Wednesdays from 1:30 to 4 p.m. Okay, cool beans. Central Standard Time, right? Yeah, that is Central Standard Time. What is that Central Standard? Yeah, that is Central. Okay. But so you're welcome, love, anytime. But that's been a something that I witnessed for myself. So with TT Branch, she actually, hey Shani, hey bruh, hey my big brother James, how are you? Mom having surgery next week for cancer. Yes, August 28th. Mama having cancer next week for. I'm gonna have a surgery next week for cervical ovarian cancer. They said we can't go to the hospital, go to the waiting room. We can't sit there because the waiting room is going to be open there early. They so dang old dumb. How in the world are you going to have somebody have surgery, that kind of surgery, and then tell them we can't be there? They so stupid. But anyway, let me stay on focus, girl. Okay, but TT Branch, she felt her only fault was she fell in love with the wrong man. She trusted the wrong person. Oh, that's right, PST. Thank you, Cassandra. PST. I don't know why I keep doing. I should know. I used to live in Cali. Dang, I know it's been a long time since I lived in Cali, but dang on PST. But it's heartbreaking because this young lady. Hey, DJ Juice. Thanks for watching. How are you? She fell in love with the wrong man, and this man took extreme advantage of her and her sister. And I put it to you this way: there are certain things that are in your biological family, or like recipes that you pass down for generation and generation, or legacies, or certain things that you might do during certain times of the year, certain events. There are certain things that you do as a family from your bloodline, and then when you marry somebody and they be invited, they have to understand there's certain things. That's the thing called boundaries. Just because you married to someone doesn't entitle you to their family heritage. It doesn't entitle you to their family's legacies. It doesn't entitle you to their family recipes and their family businesses and their family, generational wealth. It doesn't entitle you to that. And a lot of people, when they marry someone or they get a relationship with someone who has these type of economical and financial stabilities and inheritance, they feel like they are entitled to it because they are married to you. No, boo-boo, you're not entitled to it. This is for my bloodline, my immediate bloodline. It could go to our children, but as far as you're not an immediate bloodline. No, this is a legacy and a sacred recipe, a sacred, tradition that's been passed down. You can enjoy the fruits of it, but as far as us just being like, and you could be included, but we don't have to tell you what we're, every recipe. And the reason I say the recipe, because, TT Branch, she co-owner of Miss Jessie's hair products, and like my hair, I should have gotten some so that you all can actually see that it curls your hair. I have kinky curly hair that I have to keep straight because I don't like my hair to be drawn. It's supposed to keep it kind of loose so you can keep your length, but that's also dependent upon the thickness and fullness and volume of your hair. And right now I'm going through hair repair, so I don't have it on. So that's a different story. But she fell in love with this guy, and he had this entitlement attitude where, oh, I'm with this rich lady. She's very successful. Her family is successful. I can just come in since I'm her boyfriend. Even if you were her husband, still you don't have the right to just walk in and intrude on their sacred family recipes that they use to build their success upon. And not only did he steal a lot of their recipes for hair products and stuff to create his own line called Mastro beard and beard butter, and any product that you see called Mastro in the stores, boycott it, because this man, he used her love for him to take advantage of her, and ultimately it killed her. And they said it's a suicide. I don't think it was really suicide. And that's just my opinion on that. There's just some things that was very suspect about it to me. And I don't think that she just willfully did that because she had so much going for herself. And I won't say, even though she was depressed and yes, she had a lot of anxiety, who wouldn't? If the person that you're in love with, the person who you thought that you would be marrying one day and growing this beautiful and established family with, you find out it's a traitor. You find out it's a user. Find out it's an abuser. Find out it's a snake in the grass, a backstabber. Of course, you would be hurt. You would be devastated because you have put so much energy and time into this person. You have invested so much into this person. And I'm going to tell you, investing emotions in a person is exhausting when it turns out to be for naught. It is very, very exhausting. It's physically exhausting. It's psychologically exhausting. It's spiritually exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. And as a matter of fact, it's actually criminally. So let me rephrase that. Criminally, actually, it's considered emotional trauma and emotional abuse and emotional batter. Clinically, it's considered emotional trauma. Post-traumatic PTSD. You can gain post-traumatic stress disorder from dealing with a lot of stress, dealing with a lot of strain, dealing with a lot of hardness, dealing with a lot of things that come on you and weigh you down emotionally, weigh you down psychologically. You can find yourself actually in distress, and you're not putting yourself in a situation to be under distress, but you find yourself in distress because of all of this emotional pain that you're dealing with. We are human beings. We're not invincible, okay? And our brains can only take so much. That's why you have people who have heart attacks. They can have stroke aneurysms due to stress, because stress kills. That's why for me, I'm sorry, call me bougie, call me stuck up, call me whatever. Me personally, I just don't have time for it. I got my necklace on back of the show. Oh, no, I don't. I just don't have time for it. It's not, yes, I'm very selective. I'm very picky, especially after my last relationship that I was in. I understand it was different, but still the principle of it, of you investing so much time and energy and effort into someone just for them to turn around and stab you in your back and betray you in such a profound and heartless and cold-hearted way. That's what really made it worse for TT Branch. It's the callousness of it. He had absolutely no remorse. He had absolutely no Guam, in no form or fashion. He acts as if he was completely 100% justified and in the right to do what he did to her. And not just to her, but to her family. Don't you know? Okay, TT and Miko actually had real estate as well. You know, they were also, real estate realtors. They had properties that they sold, and I think some of it they rented or leased out as well. Well, he wanted to capitalize off that. And the thing about it is, dude, you haven't even put a ring on it yet and walk down the aisles and, exchange vows, but you wanting all of this marital benefits, all these marital benefits without actually having the marriage. That happens so much. And you know what? That's how we get ourselves in some situations, because because first and foremost, he was not her husband, so she should not have been sharing any information with him. But he actually stole a lot of it too. He snuck and he found recipes, especially for the shea butter hair product. He used that to make a beard product, because he used that on his hair, because their products, TT and Miko are mixed. Their hair texture, they have that really thick, super thick. Oh my gosh, their hair is like whew, so thick and full and long, and it's kinky curly. And so their aunt Jessie used to do their hair. She couldn't find products in the stores, especially back in that era, in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, 80s. They didn't have good products. I mean, at the most, Jera Curl, Leisure Curls, those were pretty much the only things that you really had. And definitely didn't want to do Jera Curl. Leisure Curls was good. I had a Leisure Curl back in the day. I just wanted to try it. I didn't need it, but I just wanted to do something. One of them crazy teens just want to change their hair up, cut it, stack it, dye it, and all that crazy stuff. So yeah, that was me. I'm still eccentric and exotic like that, but I don't toned it down a whole lot. But I'm about to crank it back up. Just a little bit though, with discipline this time. And sense. Definitely a lot of sense this time. But so her aunt would make the hair products for them, for their hair. And so when they became older, they turned those sacred ingredients in hair products into a business, a very successful business at that. And TT meets this guy who pursues her aggressively. And first and foremost, if he's not coming to the table with anything, and I don't say this in an offensive way, I would just put it to you this way. Why would you want to wear the title of a manager when you don't know how to manage? And the reason why I say that, because even though I know times are different, with the economy being the way it is, and jobs don't, and the cost of living really is what it really is. The cost of living is through the roof. It's ridiculous in a lot of places. So I understand a lot of households now, 2 incomes is necessary, and I'm not talking about just bringing in an extra $500 to $2,000 a month. No, each person need to bring in at least almost, $3,500 to $5,000 a month, depending on what state they live in, if they want to live in a decent place. So I understand that. However, the flip side about that is, if that's going to be the case, then don't come hollering and talk, so you want to be, you the king of the castle, you the boss, and all this, because they keep forgetting about the fact that it costs to be the boss, and it does. You want to lead, to whom much is given, much is required, darling. That's just a principle of life. That's just a basic principle of life. It's not biblical. It's not rocket science. It's principle of life. So if you want to holler, I'm the boss, I'm going to be the man, I'm going to be the leader, and you want to lead, well, guess what? It costs to be the leader. It's just, imagine you being a supervisor, but you want to supervise these employees, but guess what? You're an employee yourself, trying to be a supervisor, acting like a supervisor, but really don't know how to supervise, wanting to be a manager, but don't really know how to manage. And a lot of people have this mentality, and I'm not bashing men, but this is from my experience as a woman going through that, and a lot of women, different races and nationalities. So don't try to make it, don't try to colorize it. It's not about colorism, it's about reality. This happens too often, where where a lot of men want to be the head, they want to be respected as the head, they want to be treated as the head, and they want to be respected and looked upon as the leader and as the forefront, but they do not want to make the sacrifices that come with that. There's a lot of sacrifice that comes with those kind of responsibilities. It's just like when you're a parent, you can't just leave your newborn baby there to win for him or herself. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. So if you want to be in this relationship or be in a marriage and you want to lead and you want to be the boss and you want to be the man, then guess what? It's a lot of responsibilities that come with that, and it's not an easy job. You have to be very selfless. You have to be a very selfless person. You have to be an humble person. You have to have a lot of wisdom, not just wisdom, but you have to have the knowledge and the understanding of how to use that wisdom. Because I know a lot of people that are wise, but they don't have the understanding of how to execute the wisdom that they have. And we had to learn that too, because I'm still learning. We forever learning, but I got it. I got the basic concepts of it now and more intermediate with it, but I still know that I have a lot to learn at the same time. So, and by any means, it's, like I said, it's not a diss or a bashing to men, but they're still like either it's kind of like it's wishy-washy, it's up and down. It's like all the water mixing. One minute he wanted to be the boss, next minute he wanted her to submit. One minute he wants to be the head of the household, next minute he complaining because she's not bringing in enough money. He wants to be looked at as a leader, but yeah, she's the one that's coming up with the plans, and she's the one that has the wisdom and has the finances and have the structure. I mean, you can't have it both ways. It don't work that way. You can't have it both ways. So this guy, he wanted to have it both ways. He came into the relationship with nothing, okay? And she was okay with that, because everybody don't always have things. You know, sometimes you can be in a relationship with somebody, you meet someone, and you're supposed to help them out. But the difference is when they're using you, that's not divine intervention. That's not divine intervention. That's not universally sent. That's not sent by the universe at all. That's being greedy. That's someone being sneaky. That's someone being cunning. Someone being manipulative. That's a con artist. That's what that is, a con artist. And this is what this guy is. He's a con artist. And I don't know if Target still carry his products or because now he done got a line of products. Last time I checked in like 2017, he had like a whole line of products now that he stole from TT Branch and her sister and their family. And I'm telling you, greed has no mercy. People got to understand that greed and selfishness have no mercy. Greed and selfishness do not care about principles, about morals, about respect, about loyalty, about integrity. Greed does not care about none of that, okay? And the fact that I don't understand what their legal representatives were doing. Their products had to be patented first and foremost. But because he didn't use the exact ingredients and in the same product, he may have excluded like 2 or 3. The bottom line is he got the idea and the concept from them, and he used their formulas to create his own. So I don't understand why the courts, the civil court, did not. I don't know. They just seem like they had poor legal representation. You know, I don't understand what happened with that. Really, details. I'm still kind of fuzzy on it. I don't know verbatimly what happened and why they did not win their lawsuit against him, even though they still filing, I think, a wrongful death. I think Miko was filing, or she did file a wrongful death against him. But the bottom line is, we have to learn to respect boundaries. You know, this man came into this relationship with TT Branch, wanting to run and operate every single thing that she was a part of. First and foremost, dude, you haven't even put a ring on it. We're not even married yet. And you coming in here, you trying to run my real estate. You trying to run my hair product business that I have with my sister. You want to run and operate everything. You want to just, it's like you just want to come in and push us out and take credit for everything. That's pretty much what he was trying to do. He literally was trying to do that. And since he could not strong arm them to the degree that he wanted, what he did a sneak attack. He just used a lot of their ingredients to create his own recipe. He used a lot of their recipes, rather, to create his own hair product recipe line, his own hair products line and beard. Yeah, he went behind their back and he did that. And he didn't want the thing. This is the hypocrisy in this as well. Even though he did this, he didn't want them to have any credit. He didn't want them to have any type of credit for it at all. He wanted to venture out like he's 100% innocent, like it was 100% his idea, like it was 100% his ingredients, his thought, his recipes. He wanted to build an empire off of them, but didn't want to have them included in that empire. He wanted to capitalize and profit off of them, but he didn't want them to be a part of the capitalism and the success that he would attain from stealing their recipes for their hair product lines. Man, you talking about low down and dirty, heartless, and unfortunately, man, I really wish, oh my gosh, I really wish it was a way to go back 5.5 years to December the 4th, 2016. You know, to reach out to TT and tell her, girl, young lady, princess, queen, empress, don't let him make you, drive you so crazy and use your love for him against you to cause you to want to end it all when you have been graced to accomplish so much. No, it's 2014, sorry. Yeah, I did say like 6.5 years ago. And she took her life, allegedly. But I don't believe that. Because this man was such a dog. He was so unpredictable, such a devious, evil, wicked piece of prick I wouldn't even doubt it if even if she overdosed on pills. I forgot exactly how she killed her, how she allegedly died by suicide. But I do believe that he was a driving force in initiating it and encouraging it, persuading her to do it, or he did it himself. Gave her a concoction to take to, in her own life. That's what I think. Could be wrong, but that's just my opinion, my assumption. So I would say this, male or female, because I want to tell you all something. If you think about a lot of men, rich, successful men, most of them are not going to be in a relationship with you without you signing a prenup. Floyd, Mayweather's is one of those. Even if you're just a girlfriend, if y'all break up, anything that he has bought you, jewelry, cars, furs, clothes, shoes, whatever, he have them sign a contract that states that if the relationship ends, they have to give all of that back. That is no longer theirs. So it's like conditional. That's not even love. I can understand he want to protect himself, but if you buy gifts for someone, they're supposed to be gifts. Why would you have it contractualized like that? That's crazy. To give it back to you in the event the relationship doesn't work out. And a lot of these females who get with guys who has an enormous taste for a variety of women, if you know that this man is like this and you get in a relationship with him anyway, and you thinking that your punani is going to be so good, it's going to be so bomb, that it's going to make him just want to be with you and you only, and then when it doesn't happen, you want to get upset and now you want to leave the relationship because you can't deal with it. You already set yourself up anyway. And so, male or female, men, most likely, successful men always have, before they marry a woman, they're going to have her sign a prenup. Why is it that a lot of times we as women don't do the same? Why are we so afraid to protect our success, to protect our heritage, to protect, because this it's in our generational wealth that we're creating for our children and our children's children. Why are we as women a lot of times so afraid of that? I mean, me personally, not afraid to do that. And if he want to walk away, because I'm going to let him know up front. Like, I'm telling you, I would tell him, I better look, if we date and our relationship gets to the point where we end up getting engaged and getting married, before we get married, there's going to be I'm going to have a prenup. And it's not that I don't trust you per se, I just don't trust the flesh. Because this flesh, is lustful. This flesh can be cold. This flesh can be heartless. This flesh can be inconsiderate. It can be insensitive. It can be nasty. It can be unfaithful. So yeah, if a man want to be with me, he's going to have to sign a prenup. Point blank period. I'm not, no. Because what I'm working towards now and been working towards is for future generational wealth. That's why for me, I don't have to have the newest and latest model car. I don't need to have the designer handbags and eye fashions and shoes and labels. I don't have to do that. I have a whole section, well, this trunk of fabrics. I can make my stuff if I need to. If I want to make something that costs $10,000, even if it's not going to be an exact replica, if I want to make something similar, I mean, if I want to wear something similar, I can make it myself. What I look like spending that kind of money on a dress if I'm not a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. See, that's the difference. Even if you're a multi-millionaire, that means you have more than $1 million. But if you're not in those middle to high triple digits of being a millionaire, you don't need to be buying no $10,000 dress or shoes or handbag or suit, socks, nada. Okay, in the first place, priorities all screwed up. But anywho, this guy was the opportunist. He saw her. She's a very gorgeous lady. Oh my gosh, TT Branch is absolutely beautiful. She is gorgeous. And this man used her. He intentionally used her. Hey, Libra, I see you. Thanks for watching. When you gonna put out another hit? When you making another single? So I can support you. But it was just heartbreaking to see how and it happens to men too, but not nearly as often. Now I do know some guys. I actually fell out with a really good male friend, homeboy. Like it was never nothing of that nature at all. We were more like siblings. We were so silly. Everybody always thought we were siblings anyway. They thought we were biological sister and brothers because our chemistry was just like that. But he was in a relationship with this lady, and I kept seeing signs. And I'm just telling him, I said, I know to you as a male, you're not going to see it how I see it. And I can't, there's no way for me to let you see it in my eyes as a woman because you're not a woman. But I'm just letting you know the way certain things that she was doing, certain ways she was acting, like most girlfriends pop up at their boyfriend's house anyway. We already know that, people do that. But it wasn't just that she would pop up. She would do real stalkish things. Like she had 2 different vehicles, and I found out about the other vehicle. He didn't know about the other vehicle. Oh, okay, cool beans. No problem, dear. No problem. But he didn't even know that she had a second vehicle. So when I told him, he was looking at me like, what are you talking about? So I said, call her. And I was hoping that she lied to him because, I had took my cam phone, and I had already taken pictures and did video of her so that she can't even say, oh, well, no, that wasn't me. No, I didn't do that. No, I wanted to make sure I had proof. So I recorded her and took photos. So because I was there, and because he was in this relationship, I didn't stay overnight like I used to. I usually would stay overnight. He has like this big house. I had my own room there. So I would go and crash in one of the rooms. Well, my room, because I had my own room there. And she used to sit and she used to park up the street and watch him to see what time I was leaving. I mean, she was so jealous and so insecure. And I told him that's a red flag. I said, she's doing that. And I said, she's violent with you. She's already became physically violent towards you, flattening all of your tires. She done bust out your window. She's broken into your home. Like, why are you still talking to this psycho chick? Oh, she crazy. Well, she ain't gonna, she just do that, but she ain't gonna try to do anything else more than that. I don't know if you guys seen this on news about March. Okay, I found out April of 2017 it was confirmed that they actually had lupus. So it was March of 2017, it was on the news. A lady set this house on fire, and the man was in it sleeping, and he just so happened to smell the smoke, and he got up. His house made out of all brick and stones and stuff, so what gonna be no damage. I don't know what she was thinking about. I guess she didn't realize stones don't burn like that. So she had poured, gasoline all around this man's house and on my brother's walls of his house where his bedroom is on that end, that side, because she was intentionally trying to kill him. And I told him that she would do something like that, but he underestimated her because he couldn't see or fathom her doing that. I never underestimate nobody, even myself. You know why? Because we are, first and foremost, human. And human nature has the tendency to do things, even if our mind is saying don't do it. Our mind's telling us, that's going to be wrong, right? When those emotions get crunked up and those old emotions take over, it will make you, your flesh do things that you would not have normally done. I hate when people like, I'll never be able to kill nobody. Let the right situation come. Your life versus theirs. Your children's life versus theirs. See how quick you find some kind of supernatural strength or heroic strength to protect yourself and you and your own. Even if it means the death of the person who's trying to bring harm to you and your family. The flesh is unpredictable. This human body is very unpredictable. The emotions that comes in us that we have is very unpredictable. Our minds could be so full, could be so just over the top, stressed, vexed, greed. You got people that are very greedy, very selfish, condescending, manipulative, cold-hearted, arrogant. You never know what a person is capable of. So I never put nothing past nobody, ever. I really don't. I know that might be hard to believe, but I don't put nothing past nobody. I would never say, oh, this person's not capable of doing this person's not capable of doing that. Yes, the hell they are. As long as we're human beings, we're capable of doing what human nature would do in the right circumstances or in a certain mindset, especially in a moment of weakness, in a moment of vulnerability, in a moment of anger, in a moment of frustration, in a moment of rage, of confusion. The flesh can do a lot. That's why you got people who never even had as much as a traffic ticket. They 50, 60 years old and killed somebody. Never been in trouble. They like never got rolled up in school. Had perfect attendance, school, high school, college, the workplace and everything. Never had no trouble. Never had a rolled up on the job or anything. Never had to be, really disciplined. Never had to have any harsh disciplinary actions taken against them. All of a sudden, they don't kill somebody. What? Her? Him? I can't believe it. That should show you how unpredictable this flesh is. So this guy took advantage of TT Branch. And he didn't care. Because especially once he got a taste of success, of what it's like to be able to go and spend money, he probably has never in his life been able to go and buy something that was $100,000 in cash at one time. When people get who has never had that kind of success or monies or opportunities and they get it, it can bring out a side of them that you didn't even know existed. Or you knew that it existed, but you never figured it would ever come to surface. Because we all have some of that in of us. If we didn't, we wouldn't be biased towards certain things. We wouldn't be discriminative towards things. We won't be worried about, we won't price things or put weigh value in things. So we all sort of have that in us to a degree. Some on an extreme, like this dude, like TT's ex-boyfriend. But I want to honor her. I want to honor her legacy. I want to honor what she did for women who have Kiki curly hair, her sister, and her Aunt Jessie. Thank you, ladies, so very much. And women, we have to be stronger. I know society make it seem like there are not enough good men out here, and it kind of seems to be a valid truth. But I know for us as melanin women, not too many of us are comfortable or will date outside of melanin men. And that's all good and fine. Because I love myself some melanin men. I love them. I'm not discriminatory. I love a good man. But if he happened to be in a melanin body, woo, honey. But melanin men are quick to step out. So even if they've never done it, and I've seen this, I'm telling you, I have not just seen, I've heard a lot of melanin men who say, oh, I never date outside of my race. I never date. Next thing you know, they married to somebody outside of their nationality, outside of their race. And they never thought in a million years that they would do it. And even though TT, she did step outside her race, she did marry someone, but she's mixed. So, for her, she didn't, it's really, can't really kind of compare it too much. But, excuse me, that just goes to show that it's not about the race or group or person. People, regardless, can be dogs, can be evil, can be wicked. It's not about a race. It's not about nationality. It's not about skin color, hair texture, region. It's about the person's heart. It's about their mindset. It's about their spiritual grounding. And, man, I just really wish I could go back 6.5 years. Or should I even say 5.5 years, because this year will be, in December the 4th, will be officially 6 years that she's been dead. An extremely successful woman apparently killed herself over the heartbreak and the stress and the betrayal of a man. We have to be stronger than that, women. Stop being so gullible. Stop being so weak. Stop being so damn desperate. Because there are predators out there. And they're seeking out women like that to prey on. So, my heart is heavy. Because I just see this happens over and over and over again. Time and time again, we as women, we give so much of ourselves and we don't get hardly nothing in return. And then a lot of times, depending on how callous and cold-hearted the person, that man is, he will even try to blame you for it. And then try to make you feel bad and make you feel guilty, make you feel, try to break down your self-esteem and tear you down. Because if you dare to stand up to him and call him out on his ish, he will get upset at you about it. Well, you don't really love me. You would do this. Well, you really care about me because look at how you acted. Look at how you treating me. I want to say the B word, but I'm not because I try to keep PG-13 friendly. But it's just sad. But we have to honor each other as women. We have to lift each other up. We have to encourage each other. And to all the men out here, men who has the wandering eye that has the tendency to be disrespectful to women, knowing you came from a woman's body, a woman carried your ass for months, gave birth to you, nurtured you, probably breastfed you. Why would you want to turn around and treat any woman disrespectfully without probable cause, without a serious reason? Like she trying to kill you, or she trying to ruin your, intentionally trying to ruin your reputation, like she's doing criminal stuff against you, trying to steal your identity or something like that. Why would you just take it upon yourself to want to be so cold-hearted and so disrespectful to a woman who is not being disrespectful to you? Yeah, my rabbit. I'm telling you, he is so spoiled. He's like literally bothering me the whole time. Yeah, he just want to play with my necklace. That's what he does. But don't. Why would you want to do that? Don't toy with females' emotions, because nowadays these females, they're not necessarily killing themselves. They're killing y'all asses. They fed up. But the bottom line is, just be honest. If your intentions are not real or sincere, then don't mess with her. Don't toy with people's emotions and heart and feelings like that, because it can really be very devastating for not just her, but for you too. Because you never know how much pain you cause her and how she will express that pain. And it could very well be with your life or your children's life, your family life. You don't know. So, anyway, we love you, TT. Miss you so much. You're such a beautiful, beautiful soul. And I just really hate that you loved the wrong person who did not appreciate you and respect you, who chose not to respect you and love you, who chose not to be loyal to you and be true and faithful to you, someone who chose not to be an honorable, upstanding person to you, and just in general. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Miko, that you lost your sister in such a devastating way. And to your dad, James Branch, to your Aunt Jessie. Now he want to cut up. Behave. Say hi. But yeah. But we love you, TT. We miss you. And you still live, girl. You still rock. You still an awesome person. And you just one of the most beautiful empresses and souls ever to live. And you did not deserve what you went through. You did not deserve to be treated that way at all. And I really hope karma beat his ass down so bad that he won't have no peace, never have any more peace. Know that he just, if he's still living, I don't even know the man's still living, but if he is, I pray that he be tortured. I pray that he be tortured spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, where he can't get no rest, can't get no peace, no comfort at all, and nothing that he do, no satisfaction, no joy, no happiness, because he know that he was wrong. Until he go to your family, apologize to them, make peace with them, go publicly and admit to what he did, and have his products pulled, and give a percentage, at least half, to your family, he don't deserve no peace. He don't deserve no happiness. He don't deserve no success. None of that. Nope. He don't deserve it. So, thanks guys for watching. I'm emotional right now. I don't want to cry because got my little sparkly eyeshadow on, and normally when I do videos, I take some pictures. But God bless, one love, peace, and thank you all for watching. Please visit my website, www.zheenllc.com. Make sure you sign my Gloves On campaign petition for chronic illnesses, diseases and illnesses and disability support act on my website. Check out my Naturalocity page. Check out my design page on my website. Just go through it, look through it, and if you want to make a donation, by all means, hey, if you see something on there that's for sale and you want to purchase it, by all means. But anyway, again, take care, guys. Mwah. Love you, babies.